Okay, let me consider you want to create a table. So which command we should use, guys, for creating the table? Create the statement, right? So by the time of creation of the table, okay, so every table it should have a column name or not. So let me consider this is the table. Okay, so the table which is having the field name is number, serial number. Okay, second field name is, for example, name. Okay, so this is the serial number is one field name, and this is the name which is another field name. So this is the field, it might be holding some records, right? Okay, what type of data the serial number can be holded? So serial number means what? It's a numbers, right? Okay, so for example 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? For example, name is nothing but it's a string, right? So group of characters, right? For example, Sai, okay, or money, okay, for example, puja. So you want to write these things, right? So these are the data. So this is also data, right? And this is the column name, and this is the column name, or else we can say that it's a field name. See, when you want to be create the field by the time of creation of the table, you have to mention what type of data it can be holded. Okay, we have to mention what type of data what type of data we can hold inside of that particular columns. Is it clear my point or not? Is it clear or not? So by the time of creation of the table, we should know, or we should specify the data type of that particular column name. Okay, so now my question is that in SQL, what are the data types we have it? So we already know that in a Python programming language, string, integer, complex, we've seen that kind of data types in Python programming language, right? In the same way, in SQL also, you have the some kind of data types. Now let's talk about the SQL data types. So here SQL data types are totally five type of data types. One is the numbers data or numerical data. First one is numerical data. Second one is the character data type. Character data type. Third one is date and time. Date and the time. For example, today date or next year date or whatever it is. So you have to mention the, or we have to be, okay, we have to give you that, okay, date a column. Then we should use the date time data type. Okay, and last but not least, which is the miss data type. Okay, misc data type. So third one is date and time. Fourth one is MySC. Okay, misc data type. Now let me talk about the numerical data type. So guys, what is mean that numerical data type? When you want to be stored the numbers, right? When you want to store the numbers, right? So again, you already know that numbers are different type of numbers are there. Okay, integers. Integers means what? It can hold only 32-bit numbers only. Okay, so it could be having some kind of data size, but usually if you want to store some numbers, decimal numbers or normal numbers, okay, with 32-bit, then we can use the either integers, even integer, small int. These are the type of the numerical type. Okay, we can use either integer, either we can use the small int, either we can use, if you want to store the numerical number, then we can use the decimal. Okay, and for example, money. And for example, we have one more data type, which is the float data type. Okay, see, float is approx, which is holding, you know what, which is holding, you know what, so fractional data. So money in the sense, it might be rupees or dollars, whatever it is. So when you are holding the data in a money, then we just use the money numerical data type. Okay, so here we have a decimal, small int or normal int. These are the data types we can, these are the data types we can call it, say, numerical data type, because of which are the numbers. But the numbers are sometimes numbers, it can be float, that means fractional data, or normal numbers, right? Okay, so this time The numbers, if it is a money format, then we can use the money numerical data type. So if it is a normal numbers only, either integers or decimals, then we can use the either integer or decimal or small int. This kind of data type we can use as a numerical data type. Okay. So character means what? So character means we can store some kind of group of characters, right? Okay. For example, if you want to store the some kind of data, okay, in a string format, then we can use the char or else varchar. Okay, we have to mention either text. So when we are mentioning this type of data, which means that that particular variable or that particular column which is holding the character type of data, when you are mentioning the data type is this one, which means that, so which is holding the numerical data. Okay, now when we are talking about data time, so data time means we directly use the data time variable, so which means that it can hold the format in the date, month and the year and the hours and minutes, seconds and etc. Okay, small time data time, small data time, small data time in the sense, if you want to be hold including seconds and everything, I just want to be hold only date only, I just want to be hold only time only. So this kind of data types which comes under the data time format. Okay, for example, miss data type in the sense when you want to be, okay, mention that whether it is image or video, whatever it is, we can use the image data type. So you d- databases can hold images or not. So when you want to be hold images, then we can use the misc data type actually. Okay, totally these are the four data types we have in SQL. So depends upon the for example, Oracle, MySQL, and DB2, different data type databases we have it, right? So maybe some some database servers use integer, some database servers can use decimal, some database servers can use text, something like this actually. But this is overall data types in SQL. Clear? Is this my point is clear or not?
Yes, it's clear.
Can you please note this data types in Python? Sorry, SQL. Is it completed or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do a small example. I hope you guys are able to see my screen, right? So I would like to go to my desktop and it is not one and think we'll see this. Okay, 002 SQL, right? Okay, so here how many databases we have it? We have only one database we have it, right? That is sample.db, right? So I just want to be connect to this particular database. Okay, so simply in SQLite 3, and we just mentioned the data type. If the database is already existed, then it can be connected. If database is not, no, which is not there, then it can be created. So sample.db, which is already there. So I want to look what are the tables we have it. Dot tables. Okay, dot table. So we have only one table is there. Now I want to be create a table. So by the time of creation of the table, we have to use this particular data type actually. Okay, I want to create a table. Create a table. Okay, and table name is, for example, it's ads batch, right? So here ads batch, and here, and so the first ads ads is my table name. Create table ads, and which is followed by the column name. So for example, serial number. So serial number means what? Serial number is integer, right? Yes or no? Serial number is integer, so we can use the int. And for example, next one is, for example, I want to be a joining date. Joining date, a date of joining. Okay, so date of joining means I just want to mention the date variable or date. Okay, so date, then after name. So name is what? Name is your characters, right? So varchar we can use it. Okay, varchar of 50 we can mention. That means maximum we can hold the 50 characters. So this is the way we can create the table. So here the table, here ads is my table, and by the time of creation of the table, here we mention the column names. Okay, so these are the column names, and each and every column, it is having the corresponding data type. So let me consider, let me try to understand here. Whenever we executed this one in database, which is created the one table. Okay, the table which is having the three columns here. The first column is serial number. Okay, and it can be holding only integer data only. And second column is, it's a date of joining. Okay, third one is varchar. Okay, now, so which is holding the only integers, right? This is integer data type, this is date, and this is what? A text format, that means character data type. Okay, now what I should do, I would like to insert the data. So if you want to insert the data, we can use insert clause, right? Or insert command, right? Insert into table name, insert into table name. So here values is the command again. So what we are going to be inserting, for example, serial number is 1. Okay, date of joining is 10, month is, for example, 24. Okay, and 2022. Now varchar is, for example, it may be one string. So know what, for example, puja. Okay, see, you entered the data, right? You entered some data, right? So what is the serial number, date of joining, and you entered the some text over here. For example, I want to be access the data what we are inserted. Okay, so for that one we can use the select command or select statement. Select star from. Okay, so ads table, advanced data science class. So here, okay, so some so one is there, but in a date, it was different format it was holding. Clear, which means 24, and so 10 minus 24 is 14 plus 22, it's a 36 it was holded. Okay, let me try to execute one more time. Okay, now we can look this one. This is different format it was holded. Okay, and Okay, it was holding in the format of some date format only, but it was in a numerical string format, right? So I will tell you if is there any other option to hold the data other than this format. Okay, but usually when you want to creating the database, or when you're trying to be creating the table, by the time of creation of the table, we have to mention the column name, field name, and corresponding data type. And what are the data type I mentioned here? Those data types only we should use it. Usually we are not working as a data developers, right? Database developers, right? Okay, so we don't worry about it, these things actually, because of already the data will be there. We just need to interact with the database, and we need to access the database, and we don't have any chance to update the data and something else. Okay, so note this syntax, guys. Note this syntax. Done, right, guys?
Yeah, it's done.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so here we need to understand a few more things from SQL. Different data, different type of commands we just seen right as of now. One is the creating the table and inserting the data, and only those two things, and accessing the data with help of the select we seen, right? Meanwhile, we have a lot of other things we have it. Let's discuss one by one. Okay. For example, we have a data table, or we have a table something like this. Okay, so for example, this is the serial number, this is the name, we have it. So 1 2 3 4 5, and some name we have it. Okay, now my question is that I want to access only these two records instead of the entire record. If you want to access that entire table, okay, then we can use select star from table you mentioned, right? But now I just want to access only some portion of the data from the select. Then how it is possible? Okay, or else, so here we have a names which is starts with the P, and or else which is starts with A, and it should be ends with A. So what are the names we have? It ends and starts with the, okay, and A. So I want to find out that particular I want access that particular data. Okay, or else I want access from the last 5 records or 10 records, whatever it is. Okay, so this type of things, if you want to do this thing, or if you want to access some portion of the data, or if you want to work on and some portion of the data in a different conditions, then we can use the SQL clauses. Okay, what it is? SQL clauses. So SQL clauses is a concept. It will help you when you want to work with some portion of the data from the database. Okay, there are different type of clauses we have it. The first one is where clause. So where, which we have to mention the condition, guys. Okay, where which is followed by the condition. Clear? And and next one is we have a like. So regular expression, like means it's a some kind of regular expression, like. Okay. And we have one more clause which is the top. So I already told you, right? For example, if you want to access the top 10 records, okay, then we can use the top clause. For example, I want to access the some name which is start with a, and the name which is ends with a, then that particular names I want to be accessed, then which is a regular expression, so like we can use it. And so where in the sense, for example, some kind of condition, for example, and the data which is in between serial number 2 and 3, then I want to access it, then we can use the where class. Okay, so we just remember this particular three things: where and like and top clauses. Okay, clear or not? So what could be the syntax for these things? I will just explain it. Try to be understood. We can use a where class whenever we want to be do some kind of, if you want to work with some portion of the data. Okay, depends upon the condition. For example, if you want to use the where inside of the select statement with along with the select statement, select star from select star from where we should use, okay, sorry, select star from, we have to mention the table name, we have to mention the table name, and followed by the where, and then the where which is having the condition. Okay, so this could be the statement or syntax for using the select along with where condition. Okay, or where along with select condition, select statement. Is it clear or not? So this is the one small example, I mean syntax for the using the where class. Now, like, so pattern, for example, like means it's a pattern matching, whether the pattern, if the pattern is matching, then the corresponding condition, corresponding thing we can access. Okay, and the like which is along with the where we should use actually. Okay, so here I just want to introduce the okay, two characters here. One is the percentile. Percentile means any number of characters, any number of characters. You have to remember this particular characters. Okay, so percentile symbol, the like which is having the percentile, which means any number of characters. Okay, in place of percentile it may have the thousands of character, it doesn't matter for us. Next one is underscore. So underscore means a single character, a single character. Underscore means a single character. So that is a small, okay, meaning of each character. Percentile means any number of characters. Underscore means single character. Okay, so I just want to access the I just want to access the I just want to access the name which is started with A and ends with A. In the middle, any kind of character you might have it. So simply we can use this particular thing or not. You don't know what could be there inside of it. You don't need to worry about it. But my first character, my last character, it must be A. But in between these two, any character we might have it, so that I can use the only percentile. Now I have a question. My first character and the last character, it should be A. The middle we have only one character, that character, it can be anything, then we can use the underscore. So here it might having the any number of characters. Okay, but here we have only one single character. That kind of situation we can use this particular symbols here. Okay, let me go for use this particular statement. Let me go for use this particular where class. Okay, Okay, let me go for use the where along with the like. So now same thing we can use select, okay, start from table name, okay, and where, which is followed by the condition, right? For example, here condition is, okay, so here you may have the any one of the column name, and so here I should use the like. So column name means, for example, name column, okay, so the name column which is like, and it should be start with a, and it should be ends with a, and middle it can be anything. So if any kind of name which is having this particular pattern, then that particular all recording it can be accessing. Okay, so this is a small example. So this is the way we can use the select like class. Meanwhile, top, I just want to access the top 10 names or top 10 records, only some particular column name data I want access. So for example, select and select a top. Top is the class. Top 10 means only top 10 records we are accessing, and so we are accessing only names. So we just use the name here, and next one is where we want access, and we have to mention the some table name. So this is the way we can use the, this is the way we can use this particular clauses. Top 10 means we are accessing only top 10. If you want to access only 5 records, then we can use the top 5 records. Okay, okay, let me go for the execute some statements here. For example, before we do these things, we just do some kind of insertions. Psi, okay, so this is, for example, records which start with the 2. Okay, so this is fine. Now I just want to look all the records inside of the, okay, my ADS table. Okay, so clause command is wrong, shit. Okay, dot table. So we have ADS, right? For example, I want to look what are the records we have it. Select star from, okay, ADS. So here SQL is the, it's not a case sensitive, we can use uppercase characters or lowercase characters. Okay, now I want to go for accessing the serial number which should having only one. If the serial number is 1, that I want to be accessed. So what are the names which is having the serial number is 1, that particular all records I want to be accessed. So select star from, okay, and the table name is ADS, and here we should use the where class, where, and what is the condition? Serial number, right? So SN or SNO, which one I used the name? What is the column name? We should remember the column name, guys.
SN.
SN, right? SN equal to 1. Okay, I think. Okay, it's SNO. It's not SN, it's SNO. Okay, so now, so you have to mention the SNO equal to 1. See here we are going to be accessing only serial number 1 records. Actually we have the 4 records are there, 1, and serial number 1 is having the 3, and we have only 1 2 is there, right? So we are accessing the which are the records which we have the serial number is 1. My question now, I want access only names of the serial number is 1. Okay, so simply we instead of accessing the all, we just access the name. So when select a name from ADS serial number 1, so we are going to be accessing only names from the table. Okay, names column only we are accessing now. So this is the way. What are the columns we want to access, what kind of some portion data we want to access, that everything we will do with the help of the select as well as where class. Okay, now I would like to go for accessing the a serial number. I would like to go for accessing the serial number where the name which starts with the P and okay, I want to access the serial numbers. I just want to access only serial numbers from ADS where the names are starts with the P and ends with the J. Okay, name like so which we have to start with the P, and we can use any character in between the A. So if this is the thing is matched, so the serial numbers we are accessing or not, we are going to be accessing only serial numbers. Okay, so these are the serial numbers which we have the puja. Okay, so here also we have the puja, and here also we have the puja, and here also we have the puja. There are three pujas are there. Okay, the corresponding names or the corresponding sorry serial numbers we are accessing over here. Okay, no, I want to access only serial number along with the name. So simply we can use the select column name 1, column name 2 from ADS where name like P, and in between the P and A you may have a number of characters. So this is the way you can able to access the only serial number, and as well as we can access only name and where that particular condition has satisfied. There we are using the like clause. Like means which is a pattern checking. If the pattern is matching, then the corresponding records we can access, or if you want to update, we can do actually update as well. Okay, so to execute this one, we have to install the softwares in our laptops. Okay, or else Google also it might help you actually. Okay, okay, I will tell you which website will help you to execute the statements. So we have different other free providers are there, as well as we can download the SQL server as well as SQL server management as well. Okay, clear, right? So until then, either we can install the SQL 83. So if you're install SQL 83 in your laptops, then it could be easy. We don't need to install any other softwares actually. So this is the way. It's a good practice to know without. If you want to improve your SQL statements, okay, and I mean knowledge, then we can use the SQL 83. Uh, now let's do top. Select. I want to go for use the. I want access only top 2 records. Select name top 2. Okay, or sorry, select top 2 from okay a table name ADS. So 2 is syntax error. I think this is the top which is not supported for the SQL 3. No such column is top. Okay, so top. No. So we have a top command. In the meanwhile, a top is there. Different other commands also we have it for accessing the top records. Okay, most or else different names we have it. I'm not sure what are exactly the names. But usually, if you want to access some top records, we can do with help of the top. But in SQL 3, which is not working, let me check in which command we should use for top. Okay, once the session is done, I will look for that one. Okay. Just note this syntax as well as some examples recording about this where and like, and including this one also we can consider. This there is some uh, query issue, okay, that I will sort out, but we just take these two examples, or else we just take these three examples. Done, right?
Yeah, it's done.
Meanwhile, we need to think about update and delete commands as well. Okay. For example, you have some data, we have a table and which is having some existing data. Okay, so a mismatched data you might have it, right, that I want to be update. So let me consider this is my table, the table which is having the roll number 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so here for example Pooja, and this is the Pooja. Okay, for example this is Sai. So usually what happens here, in unfortunately, instead of writing the Kumar, instead of writing the Kumar, I mention as the Puja only. So this is the wrong record or wrong value. Okay, that I want to be update with the Kumar. For that one, we can use the update command. Okay, when you want to be use the update command, there we should use the statement. A syntax is update. So we have to use the this particular syntax update table name, update table name. Okay, and we should mention the what you want to be set it, set, and so which column you want to be set it, the corresponding column name. Okay, so column name and followed by the what value I want to be set it. So this is the value I want to be set it, right? So in this particular column, I want to set this particular name. So Kumar, I mean value, we just mentioned the value. Okay, and where you want to set it, if you're not using the where class, then all columns can be set with this particular value only. So that's the reason when you want to be update or when you are deleting, then where it must be there, otherwise maybe your database or your table can be affected. Okay, so where, so here we should mention the condition, where followed by the condition. So whatever the condition which is satisfied, that corresponding records, it can be updated with this particular value on this particular column only. Clear? So this is the syntax of using the update. Clear? Now Meanwhile, delete. Meanwhile, delete. For example, I want to remove this particular record 2. Okay, I want to remove this particular record 2. For that one, we can use the delete command. For delete command, we can use the delete statement only. So how we can use it? Delete. Okay. Delete. So table name. Delete from table name. Delete from table name. Okay, so where condition we should use it. If you're not using the where condition, the entire table can be deleted. It's not table, the table what we have it, that particular information can be deleted. Okay, clear, right? Is this
Yeah, clear.
Yes.
okay? So you're going to be deleting only data, guys, not anything. Okay, so now we'll look a small example. So here I just want to check what kind of what data we have it inside of my ADS. Select the start from ADS table, and we have only 4 records are there. Okay, so I want to update the data of joining column, okay, with no 10 12 20 10 13 22. There is some miss data of joining for the puja record. Okay, now what we should use it, we can use the update, right? So can you tell me the statement syntax? Update
Table name.
table name, and we should use the set. And what you want to be set it, date of joining I want to be set. With what data I want to be set it? 10, and 13 is my joining date for puja joining date, but unfortunately I mentioned as the 22. Okay, so where name is what it is, where name is puja. So puja is my value. Okay, or the where the puja column is there, the date of joining is some 13. So this is the way we will do it, whether it is updated or not. If you want to look for that one, we just see it, the date is changed or not. Okay, the date is changed, right? So this is the way we can use the update statement. For example, I want to delete so a Sai record I want to delete from ADS. Where, what do you want to do that? Delete from ADS where name equal to Sai. Okay, let me check whether the data is okay. Okay, let me check. Yes, Sai record was deleted, right? Only Sai record is deleted. I want to delete the all the records, but my table it must be exist. My table must be available, but I want to be delete from ADS. So when we are using delete from a table name, then this particular situation, the entire data has been deleted. Okay, so Here just data was deleted, but your table was existed. So how should I know that whether my table is existed or not? We just use the dot table, then it was returns the ADS and AIT. Okay, here ADS is the table is existed, but the data it was deleted when we are not using the condition. So that's the reason when we are using the condition, so when we are using the delete statement, if you're not using the proper condition, then it might be affected for your database table. So make sure that where is important when you are deleting. Clear? So this is the way we have some kind of clauses and statements we seen as of now, and the rest of the things we'll discuss by tomorrow's session. Okay, and guys, we can try to do that SQLite 3 and go to install SQLite 3 in your local machines and try to be executed in our these statements, and we can Google it how we can install the SQLite 3 in our operating system. Okay, but who are using the Mac or Linux, those guys by default SQLite 3 will be there, we can directly use it. But who are using the Windows and try to be install the SQLite 3. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, bye, see you, take care.